Can you tell me a little bit about your life growing up back in Taiwan?
I don't remember a whole lot because we moved around so much. My parents lived back and forth between Taiwan and Okinawa, and so the the children lived with our maternal grandparents in a village, very small village in the south of Taiwan. I remember all the big dragonflies that we used to catch, and that was our pastime, and tie string in the back of their tails. And then we would let them go, and they would fly like kites. And we would hold the strings and fly them around for amusement.
What about in Okinawa?
Well, I used to take the bus with my mom to go grocery shopping. It's what I distinctly remember. We did a lot of family outings, and anyway, back to the time with my mom, we just went shopping every week, taking the bus, and it was something I looked forward to every day, every week. When I was 13, I moved to America with my family. I remember seeing snow for the first time in Boulder because we arrived in December. My sister and I had never seen snow before. I don't remember my first impression because it was nighttime when we arrived. And then we went to work in a restaurant. That's what my dad did coming to America. And starting school was pretty scary. There weren't a lot of Asians. I remember wanting to have wavy hair like Americans. I wanted to be just like them. But because my parents said no, I decided to perm my own hair. Needless to say, we looked awful. Our lives were very different than other teenagers. We didn't have any after-school activities. My parents worked 24/7, a lot at the restaurant, and all of us worked there on the weekends. Whenever the employees wouldn't show up, one of us would always fill in. And my parents had 7 daughters and never got a son. So as kind of a middle child, I did a lot of the physical work. We all just followed the pattern that was expected of us. We graduated high school, go to college. Back to college, I really wanted to go to UC Berkeley, but my parents said no because there were no family there. So I attended UCLA because I have a sister there. Mainly, after college, I started with a company. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to buy my own house, so I worked hard and bought my own house, my car. At one of the companies, I met John, and we eloped. I had Jeanette, and then you, and you're my middle child, and baby sister, Sophie. And that was a big change in my life, and I'm happy.
I get almost everything about myself from my mother, from my looks to my attitude. While we are similar in this regard, our lives cannot have been any more dissimilar. My mother overcame significant hardships throughout her life in order to give her children the childhood she could only dream of. By hearing my mother's stories, I learned more about her and our relationship than I could have ever had before. And all I had to do was listen.